Hey everyone, I'm Layla Taylor, and on this week's episode of Swamp Stories, I will be interviewing a student, and we're going to be talking about a bunch of different topics. We're going to be talking about the future, her career path, religion, mental health, and all the above. So let's dive right in. We have a special guest here, and who's with us today.
Hi, my name is Paris Taylor.
Hi, Paris Taylor. So let's just go a little bit into who you are as a person and like the background story of you.
So, I'm currently a senior at West Bloomfield High School. I'm 17 years old and I'm just applying to colleges right now and really locking in on my future.
So what does the future look like for you?
My future looks like me completing my undergrad degree in psychology and then going on to dental school and later on residency to become an orthodontist and eventually owning my own practice.
Okay, so let's dig a little bit deeper into that like career path. So what inspired you on your journey of this designated career?
Actually, last year I took a class called medical med skills. Actually, not medical mentorship, but med skills that is run by Mrs. Zanatti and Mrs. Danton, and they bring in all type of different physicians from all type of fields within the healthcare field. And I met an orthodontist, and he really resonated with me and connected with me, and I realized that's what I wanted to do.
Do you think that class really impacted your like decision on this career?
Yes.
So like what was the most memorable thing that you took from that class?
I really took that hard work pays off. Everybody who came in had a long journey to get there, a lot of schooling, a lot of stress, a lot of debt. But overall, it paid off in the end. So it just told me to keep striving for what I wanted to do.
I see. So I know a lot of times it can get discouraging or hard. So do you have any encouragement to those who are also on the same like journey or have the same like kind of goals as you?
Like I said, my motto is hard work pays off. So yes, it's very hard right now. It's very stressful, but this is all temporary for our future, and it's all going to be worth it at the end.
So I know a lot of people listening struggle with personal life and business life. So I know that you're still young, but how do you manage yours as of like a young woman?
Really just taking time out of my day to involve people in my life into my life. You have to make time for other people and be considerate of their feelings as well. So sometimes just pick up the phone and call a friend to make sure they knows what's going on in your life and they feel included and cared about.
I see. Currently mental health is like really all over the place in America right now. So let's talk about your mental health and how do you feel about the mental health like epidemic as a whole?
So mental health is definitely real and should be taken seriously. Suicide rates are at an all-time high, especially right now for this period of our lives because it's very stressful and it seems like it's the end, like it's the worst it's going to get. But in reality, it's just the beginning. So don't give up. It's really hard right now. I understand. Trust me, I understand because I'm going through a lot as well. But it's all going to be worth it. And just keep on going and find like a source for you that can help you, find tranquility and just peace. It can be religion, a friend, reading, like find something that calms you down.
So let's dive a little bit more into that. So are you religious yourself?
Yes, I'm a Christian.
So how has that been like for you? How has it positively impacted you or negatively impacted you?
It has positively impacted me by just making me know like I always have somebody that's there for me who I can call on and, just vent to because you always need somebody in your life that's going to help you get through it.
Okay, same for me, because Christian has helped me become a better person, not only for myself, but for the people around me, and I definitely resonate with you on that. So, speaking more into your future, I know, like, the career path you want to take and about orthodontists and stuff, but how about, like, marriage or kids or something like that?
Yes, of course. So, since I'm going to be in school for a very, very long time, I do not want to have kids until I am done with school. So around 28, 27 years old, I have to make sure I'm financially stable and married and just have a good life. So kids will come later on for me.
So what is financially stable to you? Like, do you have like a set goal of how much money you want to make or the income or,
For me personally, I would like to make over $200K a year, which will happen if I'm an orthodontist. And financial stability for me is just financial freedom, not having to worry about what you're buying, not having to look at price tags, just being able to buy what you want when you want it.
So let's talk about that, not looking at price tags and stuff. So do you find yourself more like responsible in the money or do you find yourself irresponsible when it comes to handling money and managing it?
I'm very responsible with my money. I'm quite often I find myself over saving and not spending my money enough. But yes, I am very cautious with my money and take much pride in saving it.
Were you always like this, or like was it like a shift when you realized you were going bankrupt or something?
No, I've always been like this. But even when I was a kid, I would like to save my Christmas presents and wait to use them. So yes, I always been a little OCD with my saving.
See, on me on the other hand, I know money comes and goes. I gotta get what I gotta get. So I'm glad that you.
Yes.
So, do you have like something that inspired you to save? Like anybody like instilled that in you, or that's just something that you adapted?
No, cause it's just something I adapted. Cause like my parents never really just said save your money for us. Like I just did it on my own.
So do you just make it easier that you're younger, so you still have like your parents' help to save?
Yes, of course. I don't have any bills or anything, so it's definitely, except for like my gas money and buying food and stuff. So of course it's much easier to save because of my parents.
Okay, so do you feel like so that might shift, or it's going to still be the same? Are you gonna be like a cheapskate?
Of course it's going to shift a little bit because I'll have to buy stuff. It won't be just buying what I want. I have to buy my necessities because I will no longer have even though I still will have my parents' support, it will just be much like lower, of course. So yes, it will take a shift, but I'll still have my same mindset.
I see. So let's dig a little bit more into like that mental health thing. So as a kid, did you have like any like problems that you had to overcome, and how did you overcome them?
As a kid, I wouldn't really say I have many problems. I'm pretty much the same. I've always been really just outspoken and outgoing, not very reserved. So I would say I've pretty much been the same. But of course, as a kid, you face stuff, but I don't really have anything I can think of just on the back of my head.
So how do you cope now with issues? Like, do you resort back to how you were as a kid, like that positive outlook, or is it more like you kind of more stressed or like more to yourself?
I feel like now when I'm stressed, I like to be more to myself because I feel like, most of my problems are external. It's nothing really I can do at the moment. It's not like I'm battling like my mental health. It's more like schoolwork and just stress from college and stuff like that. So I just like to deal with it on myself because talking to somebody is not going to make it get done. It's not like it's mental. It's more physical problems.
I see. I understand. So do you feel as though you don't like talking to people because it makes you feel more misunderstood if they don't understand you, or it's just more like you don't want to burden others?
No, I actually talk to people a lot. Every time I have a problem, I even go to my teachers and talk to them. Like I'm very like a problem solver. I do not like to have like issues with people and just keep them to myself because it's just weighing me down. So I do talk to people a lot. It's just like for school, talking to people isn't going to fix the problem because I still have to do the work. So I just don't say anything. It's like, what is that going to do?
I see. So as our podcast is coming to an end, like, how do you feel about the topics that we talked about? Like, do you feel like you're leaving with more of an insight on who you are? Like, did you talk about things that you normally don't talk about? How do you feel?
I felt like, yes, I feel like you did a really good job interviewing me. I got to step out of my comfort zone and really think about questions about myself that I wouldn't have thought about before. So yes, I do feel like I have a new outlook on myself.
I'm so glad to hear. I'm very glad to have got to know you on a deeper personal level. So before we end this, I just want to have one question for you. So how does your relationship status look like as a young teenage woman?
As a young teenage woman, I am currently not dating anybody. Of course, me and my friends, we go out, we hang out with boys, we talk to them, but nothing serious at the moment.
So no talking stage, it's just you and friends.
There's talking stages, but like I said, they're not serious. It's just something to do here and there.
Entertainment. We all need to keep ourselves entertained. So, well, thank you so much for coming on this podcast, Paris. Do you have any, one last thing to say to, the people listening? Any encouragement, anything to, keep them going in life?
Yes, just like Dory said, just keep swimming, guys. Don't give up.
Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. All right, y'all. That is the end of this podcast. You have been listening to Swamp Stories. Tune in next week to hear from another student just like you. Bye, everyone.